With her shovel in hand, she roams the universe, exploring every land, no map, no reverse. Oh, dig a 420, curious Canuck. Answers on your mind, never getting stuck. Riding waves of stars through the cosmic sea, finding who we are in the galaxy. She's got questions to ask and a fire that won't die, unraveling each task under the sky. Oh, dig a 420, curious Canuck. Answers on your mind, never getting stuck. Riding waves of stars through the cosmic sea, finding who we are in the galaxy. She's got questions to ask and a fire that won't die, unraveling each task under the sky. Oh, dig a 420, curious Canuck. Answers on your mind, never getting stuck.
Because, you know. Hello, hello, hello. It is 4 p.m. in the Pacific Northwest. It is a Monday. It has actually, it's kind of gross out in my neck of the woods today, kind of overcast and somewhat rainy. Although overcast here, half the time has got sun behind the overcast. So it's not near as gray and dreary as, say, Vancouver or as I've heard England to be. So I guess there's that. It's overcast, but it's a bright overcast. Hello, MJ. How you doing? Hello, AP. I have already got a couple of guys waiting to come on. Oh, and Boo that saw something. Pardon me. Anyways, it's chatting with friends. So hello, No Fucks. How you doing? I'm doing good. Hope you are too. I am going to make sure that she's not. Oh, she's all poofy too. Something actually spooked her. The geese are getting a little bit more active than than they normally are. They're coming onto the building right across the way there, so they're literally like within a few feet of the cat's faces. So it's a little bit more spooky. There she goes. Anyways, I'm doing well. I hope you guys are too. It's chatting with friends. So I'm going to start bringing up friends. First and foremost, I've got Kaiser Pineapple, and he has got something to talk about.
Hey, y'all. What's going on? I say
Hey.
thank you as always, Digger.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Hiya, Buck.
Buck. Say, howdy,
Say
y'all
hello.
out there. Oh, Lord. So how
Hi,
far do
Bob.
we want to just want to slow roll this or what?
Your choice.
Okay, well,
We've
you
got
know,
people coming in. Do you want me to bring up? I'll bring up AP first and let people roll in a little
yeah,
bit more.
let's just people roll in.
Okay. Hello, AP.
What's up,
How
AP?
you doing?
Yeah, I was going to say bring in the non-important one.
That's
You're
not
important. Come on.
Has anyone
Okay,
been
if you think I'm
trapped on by a
important.
bird? Sorry, MJ. I heard that was good luck. If a bird poops on you and it lands on like your hair or your skin, it's supposed to be good luck. It's never happened to me though.
I could say that it has happened to me and it didn't feel lucky, I'll be honest
No,
with
it
you.
didn't feel lucky. Oh, darn it.
Yeah,
How
I
about
just
you, AP?
normally shoot them. I don't.
Oh, there you
I-
go.
yeah. Shoot them and send the dog after him.
Oh.
Right?
So how was your weekend, AP?
Too short.
Too short?
Yeah, too short.
I can understand that.
Dealing with MS Hug the entire weekend.
Hmm.
not being able to move and have to take care of a dog and get down a step and get up a step. I got stuck in the back of my house for like 3.5 hours.
Oh, jeez,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that's why I don't have dogs. I'm not capable of doing that. I would not be a good dog mom because I literally there are days and even weeks when I can't do much more than getting up out of bed. So trying to walk a dog on the regular is just not going to happen. Wouldn't be fair.
Oh, I can't walk him. He's my brother's dog, and my brother's
Yeah.
house sitting 4 other dogs right now. So
Okay. Yeah. So
He's
you've got
not
like a
home.
place for him to go.
yeah, so I've just have to let him in and out of the house. The problem is like I can get down the step, but when I'm really tired, I can't get back up the
Get
step.
back up. Yeah.
Ouch,
Yeah.
man. That sucks.
Yeah.
And it's a struggle to get in and out of the house. There's 5 steps to get in or 4 steps to get into the house. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's Johnny just posted his GoFundMe, which if I were, thinking I would have the GoFundMe link so that I could drop it. But he just dropped his GoFundMe. He has to
Okay.
move out of his place for September.
Oh, no.
Well, it's a basement, I guess, and
Oh, okay.
there's stairs and stuff. And he's almost to the point where he needs the wheelchair. Almost so pulling himself up and down stairs just to get out of the basement, let alone getting out to his car and stuff like that. It's just no longer feasible. So he's put up a GoFundMe, which I will find a link for and drop in chat in a bit, to help him try and find someplace that's wheelchair accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of his next step. So
yeah, that's me too. I'm trying to find, but I'm also trying to not live in Michigan anymore. So
right, I know you've been looking for quite a while.
yeah, I've got
looking at different places, not just a different home.
south. I'm looking south. I need like right now. I need temperatures like 95 degrees. And I'll start functioning better. I opened the door the other day. I'm like, oh great, it was 75 2 days ago, and now it's 39. And I hate my life.
Well, dude, if it weren't for the fact that my country has that pesky thing called the MAIDS program, I'd say you should just come on over to BC way. The Okanagan really is, it's absolutely ideal. It's hot without being too hot. There's a little bit of humidity, like it's not dry like a desert, but it's not too humid at all. You get 4 full seasons, and they actually start and end relatively when they're supposed to. It's
nice.
It's beautiful from my perspective with my pain and stuff. It's so lovely here.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the Tennessee River Valley where I'm looking.
Okay.
South of, well, it depends on what I can find, but I'm looking south of Nashville, anywhere between 35 to 40 minutes east or west of directly south of Nashville. So
okay, yeah.
Nice.
And if you do that, I mean, there's the Cumberland Gap, that is Kentucky into Tennessee. I've been all throughout that area, and I love it. I went elk hunting in Hazard County, Kentucky, and if you want to talk about the backwoods of Hickville, that is Hazard County, Kentucky. So, yeah, it's but it was beautiful, and when I went hunting there, it was September, and it was 70 degrees and beautiful.
Yeah.
But September here, depending on where you're at in Michigan, is either it's 70 or it's 20 degrees. And my issue is I can't handle the temperature swing.
Yeah.
So 30 degrees in one day just absolutely destroys my body.
Yeah.
So,
well, speaking of hot and beautiful, hello, Brian. How you doing?
Aw, that was so kind.
My buddy, my man. What's happening?
Dropping the GoFundMe link too.
Yeah, I actually had to find that. For some reason, I could not find it in the in the chat replay of Johnny's stream.
Yeah, I should have copied and pasted it long time ago, but yeah, no. Well, not long time ago. It only went up last night, but you know what I mean. So how you doing?
Fantastic. I am going to both apologize to the chat and say I'm done because I no longer need to be chewing on pens anymore during
Oh, nice.
or at least for a month here.
You've got the time off.
I finished my class. I got an A,
Nice.
so I'm good.
Nice.
Awesome, dude.
Sit back,
Well,
relax, and enjoy it.
Yep.
Congrats.
No,
Now it's just
I
80
guess
degrees.
so long as Brian's here now. Speaking of finishing,
Ooh.
Yep.
I did it.
Yay.
You did it.
Done.
You finally
Direct-
found your stock. Oh no, your book. No, you're talking about your book, not.
Oh, shit.
Digger
Oh,
kicking everybody
that
out.
one. That's what I'm supposed to do. I forgot which button to click.
So,
Sorry.
yeah, I'm just now putting it out on Twitter. I wanted to tell everybody here in the chat here on Diggers first, because y'all are awesome and y'all have kind of been amazing about helping me kind of realize this dream of mine. But yeah, officially as of today, The Reckoners Volume 1, the first draft is complete. All ridiculous 596 pages of the first draft, as well as the 293,099 words of the entire manuscript.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, 293,000. I just almost scraped that 3K mark, but I'm like, yeah, I want to try and stay just south of that.
Right.
But yeah,
Oh,
I did it. I did it,
that's
guys.
Awesome. That's
That's
awesome. So
awesome.
how do you feel? How do you
Oh
feel to be
my
an
God.
author who has completed a book?
Okay, so full disclosure. I mean, you can bring me back with everybody
Yes,
else. That's
okay,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Full
trying to-
disclosure.
There we go.
It's freaking crazy to think that I not only, just finished my first novel, but it's a beast. And yeah, this is just volume 1, guys. I still have 2 more to go in this trilogy, which I
know.
can officially start planning for now.
Mhm.
I've got a
And-
question.
Yes, sir.
So when you say 569,
596.
596. See, dyslexia got me. Anywho, is that book novel size pages or is that
8.5
Word
by
document
11.
pages? Oh, so you're looking at more like 700,
Easily.
800, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's why I went by word count. And yeah, like I said, word count is 293,099. I'm like 1 word short of that like even number. Which it's going to get whittled down a little in editing. So I know that much because I know I can be a little verbose. But yeah. Oh my
saved
God,
yourself.
I did it, y'all.
Huzzah.
That's so cool. I
I
now
just
know
got
2
to-
authors, 2
Yeah.
actual bona fide authors of written books.
Well, I mean, publishing is still something that I'm going to have to do here eventually. I'm going to have to work on that, but I am super excited that I can eventually be able to share some of this with you guys and kind of start getting some beta testers or beta readers, whatever you want to call it, so that way I can kind of start gauging how this is. But I will be completely honest with you guys. Like I want to say it was like chapters 47 through 49 were probably the hardest that I've ever had to write. And then, dealing with that and then going from that into, the finale of it and just having to completely restructure the entire thing. Because I had this original idea, like how the final like confrontation was going to go. And then I ended up looking at it and I'm like, it's over way too quickly. There's not enough catharsis in the actual, like the struggle of the 2 final characters, like with, the antagonist and the protagonist.
Mhm.
And it was one of those, I needed there to be a much bigger, more heartfelt confrontation, but I also needed it needed to be more visceral. It needed to be a lot more of a struggle to make this happen. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he gets freaking trashed multiple times in this book, and especially at the finale, he gets wrecked.
Yeah.
And it's, the having to come back from that and, having to actually push through. I wanted to create an actual, what I consider like a hero's journey,
Okay.
coming from nothing and actually making something of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's really been the entire ethos of the entire book. And I think I officially have cracked
That's
it.
awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm so excited. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm about the stories. I enjoy the stories and the characters. And you've got characters that I needed to know more about right away.
Mhm.
And that is a sign of a really good book. At least for me, it's grabbed me and it makes me, I need to know more.
Yeah, and I
I'm just
mean,
loving it.
having it sit, like actually being able to sit there and look at it now and just being able to sit back and appreciate it a little bit and just look at the characters. I'm like, man, it's incredible to think of, because I wanted the characters like in the book. I mean, it's, the genre, and just to call it, and I have a hard time with this. That's why I'm stuttering so bad. I'm also really, really giddy as shit. But the whole term superhero gets tossed around too easily, and I think that it's lost a lot of what it means in the modern context, and it's too corporatized. There's not enough. I mean, you're going to get the same heroes time and time and time again. It's like they're always going to, manage to somehow eke out of the end of it, whatever, because they'll find some way to bring them back eventually. It's the Deus Ex Machina of the problem of the comic book industry, because it's all about profitability. It's not about storytelling as much.
Yeah.
Now, I set out with this, like, I want to make a story with characters that have powers and all that kind of stuff, and actually kind of make sort of, if I was making my own version of, like, we want to call it superheroes, meta heroes is what I call them, and or meta humans, like I wanted to actually make something that I would enjoy reading. Like, I look forward to being able to actually pick up my book and read my book, because I like the characters, I like the story, and I wanted to share that with everybody. So, I've said, if I can't pick it up and read it myself and enjoy it, then I'm not doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And that's why whenever I sat down with these characters, with Mike and Roxana and Mika and Sydney and all of them just together, just everything, the way it all pans out, it just, I enjoy it so much. especially in the later chapters, when you get into more of the student mentor relationship between Jim and Mike, as he kind of starts to finally step up and become something more than he was, and he gets noticed for it. And there's several times where you have this moment where you think Jim's just going to come in there and just rip him a new one, but instead, like, he comes alongside him as a teacher and is like, okay, what can we learn from this? And actually starts to mentor him. And it's, there's a really great moment, especially toward the end, because, like, he mentions that he's got this crazy past, but he never talks about it. And he finally, only to Mike, ever explains a little bit of just his past toward the end. And it's like, you start to understand exactly why he is the way he is. And it's like, oh shit.
Well, I've been curious about him because he just pops in and pops out. Like, there maybe be a couple of sentences, maybe a paragraph where he's
not very wordy.
But he's very intriguing.
He's a presence. He's a presence more than anything, because he's there. He's got this very kind of what do you want to call it? Stoic sort of, the very Sisu is kind of the idea behind his character. But he's got that Old West gunslinger look wrapped up in also being this 3,000-year-old wizard. And you're just like, how does that work? But it's great. I'm really enjoying it.
Right on.
Well, I can't wait to
I
actually
could go
buy
on
the damn
hours.
thing. So
Yeah, right. Yeah, get this thing published. Damn it.
I know I need to hurry up and get
Yeah.
all that, but I
Chop
mean,
chop. Come on. I want to give you
look, I
money.
literally just have, as of like 2 hours ago, put the finishing touches on volume 1, like the of like this first draft. And now I'm going to take a couple of days off because I have been okay. Y'all, I need you to understand very, very carefully right here, right now. I started writing this from scratch 81 days ago.
Jeez Louise.
81 days. Now, okay, I need you to understand just how big that is. Okay, Frank Herbert's Dune is 181,000 words. Okay. And I don't know how long it takes George R.R. Martin to write The Winds of Winter, but I mean, the average, let me just look up this here, length of Game of Thrones books in word count. Let's see. Oh yeah. So yeah, the original Game of Thrones book clocks in at 292,727 words. And I just turned in 293,099. So yeah, I officially has made, this is my first volume in 81 days is longer than Game of Thrones.
Nice.
The first volume. So, okay, I think I just now realized, oh my God, I literally just looked that up as I'm talking to you guys. I'm like, oh shit.
Yes. Hello, Bishop. Lone Wanderer saying good job on the book, and Bishop saying
Thank
the same.
you.
Good job, sir. Yeah,
Oh,
that's awesome. And I cannot wait. Hello, Warite. Good to see you.
and I'm just over here trying to figure out how to make certain things to start a business. So
I'm
I
trying to
guess
find
technically
eye
that's what I'm
bleach.
doing, but
No, I gave my brother an idea for a book the other day, and he's like, "Oh, I'll write that." I was like, "Okay, get on it." And then he's just too busy with baseball and football stuff. So
Well, that is one of the things about this that this whole project really spurred with me was just that I had to make time. But not only did I have to make time, I mean, I did have an amazing opportunity that kind of came up. We're in this period right now where we're not really doing a whole lot at work. So I'm getting my work done. I'm
So
doing
happy.
everything that I need to do. I'm still way ahead of where I need to be over there and have never actually slowed down.
Mm.
But in the interim time, whenever there's nothing for me to do, guess
Right,
what
you
I've
might
been
as
doing?
well.
And yeah, it's just been putting in time and effort. So yeah, it's literally just you have to have the drive and you have to have the want to actually do it. So I mean,
correct.
if you're motivated, you can crank out
It's
a
amazing.
300,000 word book in under 81 days.
Yeah,
Suck it, George R.R. Martin.
correct.
Mister, I can't even finish the damn series, George
Yeah.
R.R. Martin. Thank you very much.
Supposedly, the Winds of Winter is supposed to be like not even like it's not even supposed to be the same length of Dance of Dragons, which is 422,000 words. And he's apparently been working on it for 4,000 something days now. It's like 12 years. I don't know how long it's been.
It's been a lot.
Because
Yeah.
I thought he gave up after Game of Thrones, the HBO season 8.
Well,
he gave his notes and ended the
was
show shittedly.
Well, he had, the first 5 Game of Thrones books. Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, Storm of Swords, Feast for Crows, Dance with Dragons, all of those. Now, here's where things get really interesting is that he started writing The Winds of Winter a couple of years, I think, before HBO picked him up. And then, suddenly he started, he just basically became a diva and just did nothing but work on stuff with HBO and, Yeah.
Well, when HBO picks up your series, don't be a diva.
True.
No, well, I'll put it this
Well,
way.
Finish
If
the
God
series
forbid,
before you allow someone to pick it up and make it into a TV.
well, I got to complete. Yeah, that's one thing is like I have got to complete this trilogy before I would ever consider anybody touching my baby there. But
I've
also,
been- oh, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, but also, if I ever did, I'm just spitballing hypothetically. If I ever did, I would make sure there is a very clear stipulation in my contract that I get the Ichiro Oda treatment, which means
Okay.
that, you know, like he's been doing with Netflix on their adaptation of One Piece. He's the guy who created One Piece.
Okay.
He's literally said, like, I will not let you make my series unless, and I get veto power on everything that happens. So if it is not
Okay.
up to my standard for my story,
Well,
it
yeah.
doesn't make it to the show.
Wouldn't it be nice if everyone was like that?
Yeah, and that's why there's actually several, you know, like creators, especially in the manga space, that have been
Now-
like, yeah, we're not going to do that unless we get control.
Is that specific one? Is that the one with the music as the kind of the background theme of the show? Music.
No, I think you're thinking of Cowboy Bebop.
No,
which-
no. Definitely
not that
not
one?
thinking of that. It's a adaptation of a game.
Oh, you're talking about Castlevania, the one that Johnny's pissed off about.
Oh,
Is it Castlevania? I don't know.
With-
It's the
with-
one
with
that they
Limp
decided.
Bizkit?
Yeah, they decided to
Yeah.
use Limp Bizkit as the
That's
entrance. as the
Castlevania,
theme
I
entrance,
think.
and it's
Or was it Castlevania
picked
or
him
was it
off.
Devil May Cry? That was Devil May Cry.
Oh,
Devil
Devil
May
May
Cry.
Cry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah,
it's
it's
not
not Castlevania.
Castlevania.
No. Castlevania is the one where the same guy is making it. However, that guy ruined it too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
well, there's
Okay.
Castlevania and Castlevania Nocturne, which I mean, they all kind of.
I meant
Oh.
Nocturne.
yeah, Nocturne's crap.
I've
You-
seen
you caught me
Castlevania. I
slacking.
haven't seen Nocturne because I've been told yes, it's crap. So
Yeah, it's one of
I've
those
got a
just
certain
avoid.
someone who is like giving me a crash course in anime.
Yeah.
And so far so good. I'm really enjoying it. I haven't seen anything I don't like.
Well, if you have
honestly,
the right
so-
people around you, I mean, yeah, we can keep you steered on the right track. Which, you know, actually, as speaking of anime, I actually just picked up 2 new titles, which I haven't even taken out of the shrink wrap because I've been too busy. But yeah, I've got a couple of 80s classics here.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I've got Riding Bean, which
Okay,
was the
yeah.
prequel to
Okay.
Gunsmith Cats,
Yep.
and you know, Shinichiro Watanabe before he did Cowboy Bebop, like only just after he did Bubblegum Crisis, and then also another one of his Otaku no Video. So
Haven't seen that one. However, the entire side of the outfit cut up to her rib cage,
right,
very tantalizing. Very 80s anime.
oh, it's 1982 actually. I think Riding Bean I think was 88, or is
Uh-oh.
it?
Okay.
I want to say 88 because that was right around the time that Bubblegum Crisis came out, and that one, the original Bubblegum Crisis, is one of my absolute all-time favorites ever made.
Yeah, and I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop. I haven't seen Gunsmith Cat. David Nelson, good to see you. He's saying he
Oh.
hasn't seen it. Gunsmith Cats in forever. Blah, blah.
Gunsmith Cats, all 3 episodes of the original OVA restored in 1080p are on YouTube now.
Ooh.
So
There you
I
go,
can send
David
you the link
Nelson.
to those so you can watch it. It's worth it. It's a good show. And it's actually set in the USA in Chicago. So
Okay,
fun.
that's cool.
But yeah, so Gunsmith Cats, Riding Bean, those 2 actually go together. And then
Okay.
yeah, I've got that. I've got a couple more in my cart right now for whenever I have a little spare change, which I know that I've got to get. Oh gosh, what was it? MGL.
You publish this damn book, you'll have some change. Sorry.
Oh God, tell me about it. I am so ready to have some spare change or something. I mean, because God knows my computer is in need of an update. So
Yeah.
Everyone's is right now, buddy. Literally
Oh,
everyone.
Lord.
Kind of
Actually,
shady. Good to see you.
your
Yeah,
card's
I
okay.
changed the cat stand around so that they're they're more visible, but more importantly, I'm not allowing them to cross the field that is my table anymore. It just got so freaking annoying.
Right.
So yeah, but now that I talk about her, she goes down one step and now she's not visible again. Par for the course. There she is.
Feel like a fourth wheel. You guys are talking anime. The only anime I've ever seen is Naruto.
See, and I
Oh,
haven't
we can
seen that
change
either.
that.
We can
Yeah.
broaden your horizons. I mean, I grew up in the anime boom of the 90s, man. So I mean, I got you covered. I mean, I've got the two I was going to mention there. I've got Bubblegum Crash, which was the sequel to Crisis, and Megazone 23, which allegedly the first Megazone movie was actually the basis for the Wachowski brothers, what they did with The Matrix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that Megazone 23 and Ghost in the Shell were really their their inspiration behind The Matrix.
I
And
think
the
AP
movie
would
adaptation.
either like.
Go ahead.
Oh, I think you would really like Ghosts in a Shell or
Oh,
actually
yes.
Psychopaths.
Oh yes, I have not
Maybe,
seen Psychopaths, but I want to see it.
It's
so bad.
amazing. It's
So
frankly amazing.
we need to set up like doing this in Discord or something.
Oh yeah,
Because yeah, like AP, you're not the only one. Give me say 4 months ago, I wouldn't have a slightest clue about anything. My idea, I only knew of 2 anime, and it turned out one of them wasn't even anime. The
Which one is that?
not oh shit, now I've got Banshee in my brain.
yeah. You were
That's not the
thinking
right
Aeon
word.
Flux was anime. It's
Aeon Flux I thought was anime, turns out it's not.
Nope.
And then there was the other one, and we just watched it too.
Didn't even know that Aeon Flux was a cartoon movie. I thought it was just the shitty Mila Jovovich.
So that they made that movie based off of the success of the
off this-
animated show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All of this right here, you see right this shelf right behind me, all of that
Weeb shit. Every little
weeb
bit.
shit, all of it.
That's fine.
So I'm just
See,
learning this stuff too.
my cartoons are Bugs and Daffy, Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes.
What's a
You know,
Looney
I
Tune?
grew up, Kaiser, I'm not that much older than you.
I grew up on the classics too.
Yeah, those are my cartoons.
Yeah, Chuck
Animaniacs?
Jones, Tex Avery, you know the
Oh,
the
yeah.
classics.
Hercules
Oh yeah,
was a good old one.
So
Like
I
Jenny
grew up
Avatar:
on
The
the
Last
animation.
Airbender? Like
yeah,
SpongeBob?
I've seen that because my brother watched it, but that's technically not anime, even though it's in the
No, it's
vein of
not.
anime because it's a U.S. cartoon movie or show or
No,
whatever the
I'm
hell
more
you call
making
it.
fun of the whole idea of classics and the fact that I'm so damn young that you guys are like, oh, Looney Tunes, oh, this and that. And I'm like, I was too young for Cat Dog or whatever that show was.
That
Ren
yeah,
and
that
Stimpy.
god awful show.
Oh,
Ed, and Eddie was, again, too old
That was
for me.
yeah, that was new whenever I was in my teenage years.
Same.
Yeah,
I don't know what Ed, and Eddie is.
Ed, and Eddie is a cartoon from Cartoon Network it started in the late 90s and yeah, went through the 2000s.
I wasn't
2000.
allowed to watch the reruns because they were mean to each other.
Yeah.
Okay. And I remember
G.I. Joe, what's that?
Oh yeah, I grew up in like I said, I'm a late 80s baby, so I actually grew up in like, you know, the early, like the starting in the 90s going all the way through. So I got all of that education. So
I started
everything
a
from the
decade
80s,
earlier.
everything that came through the 90s, the early 2000s, I was right there in all of the animation boom of like the golden age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
get
born
any
in
of that.
79, so I had like the 80s were my childhood, and it was my childhood is what built your childhood. You're welcome.
Born smack dab in the center of 85.
Ah,
The 7th month of 85.
Hey,
So
Mr.
literally the half of the year I was born.
Oh wow.
oh.
No.
So yeah, you're not that much older than me, really. You're
No.
maybe half a year.
There we go.
Because you
Mr.
said
Q,
you were
I'm
born
with
in
you.
86, right?
86. Yep, August.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a year older than you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we're both Leos. So
Well, that explains a lot.
yeah. I am so close to the start of the Leo. If you believe in that bullshit, then you can be like
Well, I'm on the
literally
cusp. I'm on the cusp of Cancer Leo. I'm if you look at the charts and how they decided, I was born on the 21st, but I was born late at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I am Cancer and Leo both. And
Well,
yeah.
kind of funny with that, the whole astrology thing, because I mean, I'm not really a big astrology person at all. But I
yeah.
had an interesting conundrum whenever I came up writing my book. Whereas I had picked all these characters out. I had their the how many years old they were, but I didn't have like actual birthdays picked out for them. So I literally was like, what do I even do? I mean, because I had this crazy idea. And so I kind of just plugged some of the general information into Chat GPT and said, hey, pick appropriate birthdays, for these people based on their personality traits. And it actually gave me dates and their astrology stuff. And it's surprising how well it matched up. And it was like, that's just an extra basting of information and detail that I didn't know that I had or needed. And it works.
But you got it. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, but it also depends on when the astrology calendar is decided from and which actual one that you are using and all that stuff too. So
it's true, but I mean, it gives me a good baseline.
I'm not
not
knocking what you did. What I'm just saying, in normal astrology, whether you're Cancer, Leo, Capricorn, or anything like that,
Capricorn.
Wow. Who do you not get along with very often?
My ex. She's
my ex-girlfriend was a fucking Capricorn.
But that's the thing. Like it all depends on which one you follow, because they've changed that damn thing like 3 times. So depending on where you start from. So
whichever one ChatGPT used on that one, which was, I'm telling you how that was a game changer and just like made that whole process go in about 5 minutes instead of what usually it would have taken me months.
Well, it gives you a whole new layer on your characters too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I used to love reading the character build-ups for each person and then having to come in and decide what the character looked like and have to build them physically, from what the character had been described as. A lot of fun just researching that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun putting that together.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Squabby. How you doing? He said, my childhood was when we picked up the last 2 states. You're welcome for Hawaii and Alaska.
God, you're old.
Nice.
Thanks for Alaska. Hawaii.
Yeah, you can keep them.
Well, Hawaii was great until they shipped all the homeless there because they couldn't get off the island.
Until Oprah bought her mansions and same with Zuckerberg.
Zucks the suck.
Mr.
I mean,
saying Capricorn. It sounds like a name for a bad Halloween candy. It does. It actually
That's what we call candy corn.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh gosh.
You guys have never heard that about Capricorn?
No.
Actually, I haven't heard that one either. So I guess that makes sense. We're the only ones. Okay.
I just want to point out this is definitely a joint. This is not nicotine or tobacco. This is most definitely a joint. I have been tobacco free for more than a week now. Sup, Los Federales.
Is it weird that we're like clarifying that this is a joint and not a cigarette?
Well, I just I guess. So I didn't want anyone to think I'm lying about quitting smoking because I'm actually genuinely doing it. And it's quite, I'm excited for it. But
for any of us here in the States, that would be considered like a major crime or something, depending on where you're at.
So depending on the state.
I said, let me finish. I was trying to say, depending on where you're at, but y'all jumped on my ass. But,
I'll jump you all right. It goes with the skin color.
But yeah, no, it's okay. It's totally legal here. I mean, it was okay back in the day before they legalized it in BC. We make the best bud, or some of the best bud. But yeah, I want to clarify that it's not tobacco. It is pot, and it is very, very nice. One of the few freedoms that I have as a Canadian that I can exercise and enjoy, it's legal for me to be smoking this. So
Yeah, but well, I mean, it's legal in California where YouTube's based, so they can't really do much about it. But the real question is, what's the distinction between tobacco and marijuana?
Oh my. Wow.
I'm pretty sure
None.
you missed something. You misspelled something there. Maybe missed a word or two.
The following has been closed caption for the reality impaired.
Oh, kind of shady.
Man,
I called
Kaiser would make a good black man.
What is Ye doing,
What?
by the way, in your thing? What is Ye doing now?
Who?
Is it just Ye? Los
Who?
Federales. Sorry, I clicked on.
Oh, that's Kaiser.
Pardon?
That's Kaiser.
What?
Oh goodness, it is too. I'm like, what's wrong with Ye? What's wrong with Ye? Oh my
That's
goodness.
fucking
God.
dying.
Holy
They
shit.
put Kaiser through the AI.
Kaiser in blackface.
That's
love it.
awesome. Here, hello, Los Federales. There.
That's why I'm losing
What's
my collective.
happening?
shit.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Woo.
Dark Mode Kaiser. That's
Los
awesome.
Federales, I love you, brother. Shit.
Man, I look
amazing.
good black.
You look
Los
good,
Federales
black.
does
That's
some
what I'm
really fun
saying.
stuff with people's pictures.
You look like a 1-for-1 of my brother.
That's awesome. I totally thought when it was small, I thought it was
Oh,
a picture
Lord.
of Kanye. I'm like, so what's funny about the headphones and the hat? I'm like, wait a minute, that looks familiar.
I was like,
And
yeah,
Brian's
I
calling
didn't
it.
notice it until you brought it up, and I looked and I went,
Wait a minute.
"What the hell?"
He was
Oh, that's
yeah,
hilarious.
he changes his avatar photo fairly regularly, coming up with other different faces like this. So
Yeah,
yeah.
he made Cholo Brian a couple weeks back.
Yep. He's got the face tattoos. and everything.
MS-13 tattooed on my forehead and a dick on my face.
Yep.
I say now I just need to get the now it's like now we just need to do the Kaiser weeb version,
The anime Kaiser.
That would be cool. Hello, Russell. I did not vote for Trump. Sorry.
No, because you couldn't.
I'm a
Yeah,
Canuck,
well,
though. Yeah,
I mean, you come to
I don't-
Chicago, you could have.
I don't.
Well-
I'm not allowed. Well, yeah, I guess depending on it, but my country will not allow me using my 4 different pieces of federally supplied federal ID is not enough to let me leave my country. I still need to find. So good
It
news.
still blows my mind.
I know it's ridiculous. It doesn't, like, what if I didn't know anybody? What if I didn't have people who were kind enough to let me have this rather private and important information in this day and
Right.
age, like, but on that note, I've got my pain shots tomorrow, and depending on what kind of shots I get and how many I get, if I'm okay to do it, I'm just gonna go down to the Service Canada tomorrow after the paint shots and go round 2 with trying to get a passport or trying to apply for it. I haven't even, this is all just to apply for it, just to go around.
It's just ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Loads of fun.
I don't know. The other 3 of us, I know I don't have a passport, but all it is 2 government forms of ID and you're done.
Well, yeah,
the application,
I'm
take a
being told.
picture.
That's what I'm being told. And yeah, it's most definitely not that easy as a Canuck.
They're just trying to keep you paying taxes. That's all it is. But it doesn't
Well,
make any
I
sense.
just want to
'cause-
travel.
yeah.
I'll come back, I just want to go visit. It's
Right?
yeah, it's very weird.
It's like the people
Like I just
fleeing
want to go say hi to
California.
people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think no, I have a passport. It's just I think it might be expired. I haven't used it in years. So
Yeah.
it's definitely expired now, actually. Now that I think about it, I think I used it back in 2011 or 12. So yeah, it probably expired.
Yeah.
Ours go 5 or
5
10
years ago.
years. I'm gonna get 10 years, even though I probably will never go out again, just in case. I don't want to have to hop through all the.
Let's
hoops again.
just make sure we get this one going. Like
Yeah, yeah.
make this one stick.
And Los Federales, Digger, are you sure you're even legal in Canada? Well, I don't know. You take all
No.
of your government issued federal ID, and you go see if you can use that and that alone to leave the country. Because yeah, they're not playing any games. They need so many weird things, and the way they've got the application worded, like that was part of the first thing. The way they had it worded,
Mhm.
it looked like I needed to have my doctor sign the thing. Fair enough. Got the doctor to sign the thing, and they're like, no. You need your doctor's passport number and her address and this, that, and the other. I'm like, excuse me, what
What?
doctor is going to give their patient that kind of information? And they're like, no. It doesn't have to be a doctor. But what does this big, huge paragraph right here mean? Please tell me how that. No.
Yeah.
It can be anyone. You just, yeah.
Why do you need my WB4 Kids Club card?
Ready?
You need my Chuck E. Cheese tokens?
From 1983? I don't
It's-
even think Chuck E. Cheese was around back then. I thought it was Showbiz Pizza at the time.
These are Playhouse tokens.
Well, Mr. Q, the scariest part, he's saying Service Canada. That sounds like a good place to go get screwed. The funny part is Service Canada is where we go so that our government can't screw us. We go there with all the
Irony.
paperwork and they review it and they say, nope, this is wrong, that is wrong, fix this, got to do that. And then they send you away. So this whole process is going to involve me fixing stuff and going back to Service Canada again and hoping that I fixed everything right this time, so that it'll
Lord
be
have
okay.
Sounds like to me that
Then
they're
I
just
can
trying
do
to figure out if you're eligible for mandatory maid.
Honestly, I'm on disability, although it's provincial. So provincially, they're not really pushing maids over much. It's a federal thing, so you're going to see it more in the East Coast.
Pushing, they don't need to push a whole lot, especially if a bullet flies by itself.
I must not be understanding this joke.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maid is
Yeah, maids is-
mandatory assistance in dying.
yeah. So that happens.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they kill you there.
I was aware of that. I just didn't understand the acronym.
Yes, medical
Mandatory maid is an alliteration
Die.
almost.
Yeah, didn't catch the yeah.
They want to kill her.
I've known a few people now, both signed up for maids. I didn't know them personally. I know their son. They
Sad.
both signed up for maids. His
Jeez.
dad used it, and then his mother, she put it off twice. She kind of last minute went not quite ready, and she put it off twice. So then they refused to give it to her.
Good.
So then they
yeah,
But
good.
yeah, except then she's stuck in palliative care with no palliative care. She's just laying there dying.
They don't give her the good drugs.
No.
What do you think,
No.
This is
Brian?
Canada.
No,
It's legal
Not,
there.
not from a government. We've got to take care of you. Kind of a home. Yeah. Maybe if
Here,
you're
they
paying
pump
money.
you full of so much drug that you're basically loopy and
They
hallucinating.
do that at
when you
the
die.
hospitals.
Well, then shove her in a hospital. You
I
get
don't know.
free health care.
She did die on her own eventually. She did die on her own.
Holy-
Yeah, she has gone now as well, but it's yeah, it's wild. And then maids, they looked into it, and the things that they use to kill you, they
It's gotta be
basically
horrific.
they freeze or paralyze your entire body, and then they dry drown you. So you're alive for the dry drowning, but there's no way for you to react to it because you're completely paralyzed. So your loved ones don't know.
Yeah, they can't watch you suffer.
They don't know that you're dry drowning.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
The hell is dry grounding?
Dry drowning. It's
Drowning?
yes,
Drowning.
So they fill your lungs? Okay.
Yeah.
They fill you with nitrogen, so there's no oxygen for you
There's
to
no
breathe.
oxygen,
Thus,
yeah.
you basically
Yeah.
go fucking I can't remember what the damn term is.
You don't even get
It
the
was
benefit of
68.
nitrogen narcosis.
Yeah, that's it.
Jesus.
So they don't even get to have the loopy fun times where
No,
you're
no, like
where your
why not
brain's going
like
through.
OD them on opiates? You know, like
Yeah.
why don't you just give them a hot shot? Because allegedly that OD is phenomenal, right?
You're,
It's
you're
coming
better
back
off
from
on
the
carbon
OD that everyone
monoxide
hates,
poisoning.
apparently. Haven't been
Yeah.
Good
there, haven't been
lord.
there, but
You're like way better off with carbon monoxide. Just shove a hose that leads to an exhaust pipe.
Right?
at the
That'll
end
be
of the day,
way
yeah,
significantly less suffering.
yeah,
Or just seal the room and deplete the oxygen until you fall asleep and die.
Well, that's what the nitrogen's
that's what
doing.
yeah.
Right.
However, you're still kind of
But you're
not getting
conscious for a
loopy.
lot longer.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
I've-
you slowly do it, eventually, yeah, you will pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Carbon monoxide is painful. I thought it was like basically you just fall asleep because it's a gradual process again. I wouldn't know. I haven't died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Well, I've had a moment of the bends when I was younger. 'Cause I went swimming in Lake Michigan and I dove pretty damn deep and I came up real fast.
Oh, that'll do it. Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it burst one of my eardrums, but when I came out of the water, I was walking in a circle. Not because of the eardrum, but because I had a massive headache and I was like, what the heck's going on?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Go to the doctor and they're like, well, you have acute nitrogen, whatever the heck it is. It's diffused in your body. He's like, how long were you down there for? It's like a few seconds because I swam down until I ran out of breath and I came up as fast as I could. He's like,
Wow.
oh, well, that'll do it. Don't do that again. Thanks, doc. Good to know that I've already
Right.
said to myself, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
What's up, Blockbusters?
Dude, shut up.
Shut up and sleep with me. Come on, why won't you sleep with me?
Oh man.
Oh, so we had we didn't even have the luxury of a Blockbuster video. We actually just had like the little mom and pop like.
Oh,
video
you had
place.
family video.
Oh, we had the mom
No,
and
we
pop.
didn't. We
Those
didn't even have
corner
family
stores that
video,
also
dude.
had-
Our video store in our hometown was literally privately owned and operated. It was not a chain. It was a mom and pop place,
Mm,
which made the
Yikes.
back room that much more weird.
yeah, I guess so.
That's
Eh?
scary.
Yeah.
Which, thank God, I was never at the point I ever could go back there. But I'm just sitting there thinking, there were people in our town that actually went there and probably knew each other. Like,
Walk past the curtain, grandma's pics on the left.
grandma's knitting in the corner.
Yeah.
That's gonna send you to hell.
These are grandpa's recommendations.
Horny backdoor slut 7.
Yeah.
From the Golden Child, chunky asses.
Oh God, I love these Monday night hangouts.
It's so much
Yes.
better when I'm not having to do
Yes,
homework.
they are, Russell. But right now, people are requesting it. They just have no idea how awful the actual euthanizing is. Because they think if you're going to euthanize me, you're going to make it quick and painless, right? That's just an automatic assumption. It's going to be quick and painless. Turns out for the Canadian government, not so much.
I'm
Not
gonna have to
so-
disagree with you. They're not just offering it; they're encouraging it.
Well, they're encouraging it.
They
Yeah.
will-
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you heard the story about the one Paralympian who
Yeah,
they refused to
yeah.
give the elevator to, and they were like, "Well, you could just, go die."
It wasn't an elevator. They just needed to build the freaking ramp.
I thought it was
Yeah.
the chairlift, like inside the
No,
house.
this woman, she had fought bravely with our military. She lost a limb. I think I think she lost both legs. I can't quite remember. She was wheelchair bound. I think she had lost both the legs. Then she went to compete with the Canadian Paralympics team and win. Wonderful, amazing story. She was at odds with the medical system for ages, trying to get them to just come out and build a ramp so that she can use her wheelchair
God.
to get in and out of her front door. That was it. And they came after her so hard, trying to get her to take maids
You're
over
right.
and over and over
She just
again.
wanted a fucking ramp.
She just needed a ramp.
Like
Yeah.
$30 of a particle board.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a
There
couple
was another
two-by-fours and
vet
some-
who
some
took it. He was
plywood. Oh my
talked
god.
into it. He was talked into taking it. A veteran of ours. He was depressed, and they talked him into taking it, and he did. And it was the family is up, and I don't know what happened with that one either. But the family's the one that made a stink about it, which is why I heard about it. But yeah, it's
I would
it's
make us think about it
absolutely
too.
wild.
If
Yeah.
you guys in chat do not believe me, I just dropped a link to a Telegraph article. Telegraph.
Mhm.
Canadian or COUK. Come on, it's not even American. It's not CNN.
It's actually it's worse than the death penalty, because in the death penalty they put you to sleep before they kill you.
No, they don't.
No. Lethal injection.
I thought it was a stop. I
you
thought
get the
they put
Floyd
you to
death.
sleep, then they paralyze you, then they kill you.
Nope. They give you a
Nope.
paralytic agent, and then they get you with a potassium iodine, and it's such a large amount that it stops your heart. It's very
Oh.
painful.
Yeah,
It's-
you're
I thought they
you're
gave
conscious
you-
through the whole thing.
Okay, well then it is just as cruel as yes. I'm sorry. I thought you guys gave your prisoners sleepy time first.
No.
and
No,
then the
fuck them.
paralytic and the
I'll chop them
No.
apart if they'd let me. I would do it. I would have no problem being an executioner.
Look, I'll be completely honest. The guy that recently got executed by firing squad had the right idea. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot faster and a lot easier.
They give you 6 rifles, 5 blanks, 1 actual bullet at random, and they aim at the heart and pull the trigger.
Yep.
We actually had a story that we didn't get to today. I do Johnny's morning show with him Mondays and Wednesdays. And we had a story about a dude. Apparently, there's it's going to court. He requested the firing squad death,
Mhm.
and they fucked it up, and he survived. And now
Which
his
means
lawyer's
he's
trying
alive.
to say
Which-
that, well, now that just negates everything, and he should walk.
Yes. That's
does.
literally
You know-
how that goes by law.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, hear the guy out.
well, no, because so what it was if you lived the firing squad, God wanted you to live,
Right.
Hmm.
Back in the day,
meaning
yeah.
you got to walk. That's how it was literally written in the law.
Yeah.
And I don't know about this bunch of blanks and only one real bullet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
act of
that's
God.
the way that firing squads are typically handled these days. Is that they'll give
But
you
you
know,
can tell the
however number of
difference. I've never
rifles.
shot a gun, but I know you can tell the difference between a gun loaded with the dummy and a gun loaded with the real.
If you don't know what's in it,
No.
though. But now the
Okay.
guy who does actually fire the gun, I'm just gonna tell you, because I've been around guns a lot.
What?
When you actually fire a blank versus an actual round, you can feel the kick, and
Yeah.
Depends
because
on the round. 22 don't feel like
the
shit.
back pressure, the recoil is a lot stiffer whenever you actually have a projectile going out the end of the barrel compared to
can't
whenever
tell the
it's
difference
just
between
blowing
22.
shit out the front.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what I was thinking. Isn't it? Can't you tell when you're shooting a blank versus shooting a real bullet?
For the stuff they used for executions, oh yeah, 100%.
But why not just give everyone a real bullet? And then problems like this dude won't happen, because if everyone's got one bullet, they're not all going to miss.
Well, it make it even easier. You just give everybody, double aught buck.
Yeah, I just give everybody a slug.
There you go.
Oh no, buckshot, dude. Just give them a 3-inch Magnum, 15 pellets each.
Aw, that's no fun.
15 times 6 of 32 caliber pellets going at 1,700 feet per second. You spread that over a size of a dinner plate. Yeah, you'll hit a vital organ or 3.
Yeah,
That's-
I would
that's
just
no
aim at
fun.
the forehead.
It's a mess.
Look, I'm just saying, if they're gonna require everybody to aim center mass, I would rather it be done with a shotgun.
Vaporize.
Yeah, well, I mean, the reason why they do the center mass is so
Yeah.
the face can be viewed for the funeral for the
Right,
family.
I know.
But if
Yeah.
you're, if I'm being honest, if you're I guess I have to use the word grapist,
Aim for the face.
or you violated a child, you should not have a head at the end of it.
You should just not set them on
Wood
fire.
chipper. That
Set them
you
on
know.
fire twice.
Yeah. Metal shredder, my favorite
There you go. Feet
Mm,
first.
Rock crusher.
dismembering thing.
Mm.
So
Rock crusher.
if you've ever
Yeah.
seen a metal shredder, an industrial sized one, they use carbide cutters in it, and there's
Yeah.
only about 3 millimeters between each cutter.
I've seen those.
It's like a
Those
paper
are perfect.
shredder.
I
Except,
love
you know,
watching those videos.
Yes.
fun.
It does not care about what goes in it.
No, it just eats everything.
It's
Oh.
whatever goes in is just gonna go out the other side.
Yeah.
Yep.
My guess is you wouldn't last long enough to finish saying the word. That's my guess, Dance. But Brian, what do you think?
Oh no, you'd be okay for at least 4 seconds.
Okay.
You might be able to get half a glizzy down your throat.
I just don't like that word.
What is it, Glizzy?
A hot dog. A chili dog in some areas, but
Okay.
So
Yeah.
a Chicago style hot dog, if nobody knows, just so you know, this is the only correct way of eating a hot dog. I do not eat
Oh.
my hot dogs this way. Is you take a hot dog and you put a slice of tomato, relish, mustard, celery salt, and then I think also regular onion too.
And
And then
pickle.
pickle. I forgot
Pickle.
about the pickle. Thank you.
I never forget the pickle.
Oh, I know you don't, buddy.
and that's not the right way to eat a hot dog.
No, it is not. Ketchup is 100%
Famous
best
that.
way to eat a hot dog.
Mustard only.
Nope, ketchup. Get out
Yeah,
of here.
for me, mustard only.
Mustard only.
Nope, mustard, ketchup, relish, all of it. All the liquids.
Now, see, if I do relish, I mean, it has to be only dill relish, and it has to be. I cannot do store bought because they do something with the relish. They put some kind of a viscous sort of like fluid in it to keep it all together. It's slimy. I can't do it. Now, if I take actual like pickles, like get some dill pickles and actually shred them up myself and make dill relish, yeah, fantastic. I have no issues there. But yeah,
I'm
not
just not a
the store
fan.
bought and not
And
sweet
so-
relish. Ugh.
Pickle.
So in America, kind of shady, we use a mixture of fentanyl, a whole bunch of caffeine, or is it adrenaline? No, it's adrenaline that stops heart, and then also another thing, which I believe is the potassium iodide. I think it's those 3 things together, which is
Okay.
a cocktail, which we then just inject into you, and then you basically go out as Floyd did.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the paralytic agent is
Yeah.
it's a mixture of fentanyl and another drug, and then it's potassium. It's a birth control shot, just quadrupled in milligrams. So
Jeez.
if you didn't know, potassium in large quantities causes women to have their periods instantly, and it
Oh,
causes men to have extremely painful heart attacks.
Oh. Note to self: don't put bananas in my mouth anymore. Understood. Good thing I'm straight.
You can put bananas in your mouth. It's just how many of them. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
don't
oh,
be
oh.
going all hedonism too, like with the
Oh,
banana. It'll be okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even know where that is. It in Brazil? No,
Jamaica, I think. Yeah,
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Yeah.
Okay, I will not
Don't
go
know,
to
don't
Jamaica
care. I
anytime
ain't
soon.
going.
Oh, yes, you are. We all know it. You want some hot Jamaican man in your mouth?
You saying I want some manwich man?
Yeah, you want some of that manwich? You're Jamaican me crazy.
I don't know why that was so funny.
I don't know. It shouldn't have been.
Well, isn't that from Cool Runnings? Isn't that the movie?
Oh,
What?
Oh shit, no, it probably wouldn't be because you're so young you wouldn't even know the movie exists. Oh, I was laughing because I totally thought that was the Cool
I-
Runnings quote.
I just rattled off about 15 lines from that movie in my head.
Right?
Oh my god, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, Brian, you have no idea what you
My
missed out
sweet
on.
summer child.
Not being born back in
What
the
are we
day.
gonna name the sled? How about Tallulah? Sounds like a hooker. Tallulah is my mother's name.
Sounds like a hook.
Tallulah is a pretty good name.
I said what I said.
I don't think I have seen Cool Runnings since it first came out. Like,
oh man,
I remember renting that as a kid and watching that on VHS, and I don't think I've ever watched it again afterward. And not because I don't have anything to say about it. It's just one of those I never really thought about. Like, it's what I watched it. Okay. And I don't think I could remember a single thing from it. I need to correct that mistake.
okay, here. Let's see. I've got this is the trailer.
One of my favorite lines is at the end.
Brian, would you be able
Thank
to
you, you
play
did
that?
mind?
It's in the private chat, please.
No, but I have to finish that race.
I
I say that's my brother all the time.
Yeah, David Nelson saying we saw Cool Running in school at the end of the year. We did too. We totally
There you
did too. Yeah. It was so fun. 1 for the money, 2 to oh
1 for the rhythm, 2 for the rhyme, 3 to get ready, and 4 come on. It's bobsled time, I believe.
4 to come in time.
something like that. Here you go. This is the trailer for you, Brian.
Classics. Classical education.
Yes.
It's a Disney movie.
Candy man.
You're zagging.
John
Always
Candy.
remember, your bones will not break in a bobsled. No. They shatter. So, who wants in?
We're looking for a sponsor for the first Jamaican bobsled team.
Their dream was to compete in the Olympics, but they chose a sport they knew nothing about.
Great. Very good.
In a climate they had never been.
Cold weather endurance is vital to building a successful sled team.
This is the true story of 4 unlikely athletes
How about I beat your butt right now?
How about I draw a line down the middle of your head so it looks like a butt?
who weren't prepared for what they were about to face.
It's a beautiful afternoon in Calgary, and there is a lot more coming up.
Is this whole thing a big joke? I can't
This
get
could
my
not be
helmet
made
down.
today.
Oh, thanks, coach.
Why don't you put some training wheels on that sled?
It's a bobsledding to Zoril, man.
You know, you're going to have to do this on your own one day.
Oh, you have no business here, Jamaica. People are always afraid of what's different.
Now. God!
But they found in each other
Do you really expect these Jamaicans to qualify?
the courage to give it their all.
I
Not
love
only are they
this.
gonna qualify, they're
Right?
going to some heads still.
It's a good movie.
This is back when Disney actually
And
could
they
make
took the
good
whole
movies, you
world
know.
along for the
Yeah.
ride.
Is to follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams.
Walt
Do they-
Disney Pictures presents
I am feeling very Olympic today.
a story for anyone who
That's too
dares to
cynical.
stand out in a crowd,
I didn't come up here to forget who I am and where I come from.
and everyone with the courage to stand up for their dreams.
How will I know if I'm enough?
When you cross that finish line,
Where did these guys come from?
you'll know.
Cool Runnings.
So what are we going to name this sled? Tallulah. Tallulah. That's my mother's name. Tallulah.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
See, again, this
Great
was back when
movie.
Disney could make good movies.
Oh, sure. Click. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
How you doing?
Hello. I'm good. How are you doing?
What's going on,
Good.
buddy?
Just barely finished scheduled upload for the bedtime story, and then you guys were still on, so might as well join. You know
Oh, so you
Perfect.
you don't even know yet, do you?
Yeah.
what?
Oh,
What do I know? What
you
happened?
know nothing.
Connor, I did it.
You
He
finished the
found
book?
his dick.
I finished it.
Yeah. Finally.
57 chapters, 597 pages, and 293,099 words.
Awesome.
You want to add like one more word to even that out?
I mean, I'll put it this way. This is the first draft before the editing. What's up, Dance?
What's up, Dan?
So yeah, just
Hey, everybody.
yeah, I'm doing my victory lap. I finished my novel. I finished my book. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm super.
Suddenly
Nice.
Dance
Sorry,
is
how
on.
many-
I feel like
how
I'm
many-
going to hell.
No, how many words did you do, Kaiser? That's quite impressive. Did you say 290 odd thousand?
293,099.
Nice.
94.
And here's the kicker.
Yeah, nowhere near that.
Here's the kicker for all that. Do you have any idea how long this whole process took me to do?
A lot less than one of my books that took me about 7 years.
81 days.
That is rapid.
Isn't
You
it?
put some graft in there. Yeah, I heard you talking about it earlier, and I did something similar once where, like, you said you got work done with your work, and then if you had any downtime, you're like scribbling away or typing away or whatever.
Yeah,
And,
I was literally
yeah,
just
you've
doing
gotta
that.
be-
Yeah.
You've got to be intentional with it because I did. Yeah, I would be like terrible. I'd do a little bit and then I'd do nothing for like a year and then like,
Right.
get the right block or whatever and then do a little bit. But the last one, I think it was during all the COVID lockdown and stuff, and I was like, I am just going to graft this and I'm just going to get it done. You've got to be intentional, otherwise nothing happens.
Right. I'm excited. This is the first volume of my trilogy. It's done. At least the first the first draft is done. I'm gonna go back through, do editing, and then I have already got a list of some things that I need to make updates to, edit, and kind of fix up a little bit. But overall,
Congratulations, buddy. I was going to say, the whole thing about editing, right? There was one book I was writing. It's the one called The Night of Brian. There's Brian above me there. I had to rewrite some of it because the technology in it. I was talking about dial-up modems and all that kind of stuff, and I was like reading
what?
that, going, yeah, and I was like, oh, hang on, I need to update this.
They're not going to know what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah.
Dial-up mode. Is that like a flash drive?
I'll be completely honest. There's actually a part where in the book where I had to actually do something with like understanding like water feed lines going into like major cities. And I had to get the actual like how it's supposed to work just right. So I had to really sit down and do research on like how that would work.
Oh,
and
yeah,
everything.
People get really cagey when you call them up and start asking about stuff.
Well, thankfully we live in an age where I could just go to Chat GPT and be like, hey, how does this work? Can you show me some articles?
I see. That's the thing. That's what's funny about when I wrote that one, Sperm Bank Robbers, about the guys that steal this frozen sperm samples for ransom. It was back before the internet, so I had to call up a sperm bank and say, like, how are these things stored, and like, how would you transport them? And they were like, really cagey, like, what? Who are you? Why are you? And then I said, no, I'm just writing a book, a fictional book.
I'm writing a
And they
book
were like,
about sperm banks, guys.
yeah. And then they were like, oh yeah, sure, and they told me everything. And one of my old neighbors where I used to live in Lincolnshire, he was a detective, and he said, yeah, that's actually a really easy way of getting information out of people. If you just pretend you're like a student writing a paper or something, people open up and tell you all sorts that they shouldn't tell you. This is actually a really good tactic to get information out of people.
Yeah. Well, how do you think James O'Keefe and his crew managed to get so many interviews from people? That's exactly it. You
really
just
hot people.
feign interest, and people are going to tell you everything.
It always amazes me. I was thinking, how do they fall for it? They must have some really pretty people.
They must.
That's when they bombed Pearl Harbor. That's what they did preceding the kamikaze and bombing attack. Is they called up local businesses, talking about what do you think about the military presence and all that stuff. So
Interesting.
You would have thought the
People are
Japanese
way
accent
too
would have given it
trusting.
away, you know.
Maybe.
Oh, we would like to ask you a question. How is everything going? You know, would you tell us things?
Why you do that? You okay or you bad?
I'll say,
Good thing you're
unfortunately, my
half
chat
Asian,
went
so you can make those jokes.
Yeah, thank God we have the token Asian here.
Yeah,
yeah,
we've
I should have.
I got you
know,
guys.
like I
Here's a
should have
pass.
gone
You
ahead.
get a
and-
pass. You get a pass. You all get a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got 2 passes tonight.
I built the whole set.
Just
I
make the
held off on
pass
doing the
rain.
accent. I thought if I do the accent, then I'm definitely doing some kind of crime where I live if I try the accent. So I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yes.
Stop.
Speaking about
Stop the
UK and
government.
Hi,
their
Tammy.
bullcrap anti-free speech shit,
Mm.
I have a friend that lives in Scotland, and she, I guess, said something wrong to one of the police officers up there, and they arrested her. And she's like, "I basically just told you to go F yourself, and now you're arresting me." Like,
Yep.
I was like, "Yeah, you can't say shit to anybody out there. Like, you got to be careful."
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, "It's
It-
part of
Your
our,
friend,
our
your friend J.K.
culture."
Rowling.
No, no, she's Scottish. I don't know if J.K. Rowling's Scottish, but
Um,
Los
oh, she
Federales.
lives up there. Yeah. But
I
it-
say
it-
thank you, but no
yeah, it's
thank
like that. You
you.
got to be careful. I
I
mean,
won't be
you know.
riding any trains in Jamaica. No,
No Jamaican train ran
not
on you.
gonna
I mean,
happen. Thank you, though.
there's a
Yeah, I saw
bad
the
joke,
bit about
actually.
Cool Runnings. That is a brilliant movie, and Brian, you should definitely watch Cool Runnings. True,
God,
Yes.
I love
For
old
sure.
movies like that.
True story
'cause
as well,
I kind
very
of grew
true.
up on them. I just haven't seen
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, and it was cool because they were filming it. They used, because it was the Calgary Olympics, was where they based it in, and they used all the everything that was put up for the Calgary Olympics. It was very cool. Yeah.
Yep. One
Um,
of John Candy's last.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it was one of his last, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can see he started to lose a bunch of weight
Yeah.
in that film, and then I think he passed like 6 or 7 months later or something like that.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
JK Diva.
Still love Uncle
Now
Buck.
that's quite the
Uncle
crew,
Buck
right? This is a nice mix we got going on here.
We've definitely got a eclectic bunch here.
More diversity than in a Disney movie, frankly.
Really? You know?
You know what? I think we probably do.
Right, because we still have a white person and a white person and a white
Yep.
person.
There's
Yeah.
wow.
Say we've definitely got
well,
we got the old
and the
spectrum
gingers.
covered there for the most part.
Yeah, we
AP,
got a
I don't count
ginger.
though as a white person. AP
Somebody
is
get Flux on
actually
here.
just a living gun.
We'll knock out 2.
Well, I'm white.
Nope,
I'm
you're a
just-
living gun.
I'm also Native American too, just not enough
you
to get
go.
free college.
Well, for our purposes,
Oh.
you are. That's enough for us. That'll help. You're just
If
spreading
it's
out
real
that,
Disney
that
though,
pool.
all us gingers like me and Digger will have to be swapped out pretty soon because you can't,
Yeah,
all the
we're
leading.
not
Yeah,
allowed.
there's
have to be
no-
swapped.
There's no Jewish people here, right?
That's why I say we need to get Flux. We'll get the gays and the Jews all in once.
All in one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But Disney
I'm
was
the
all
token
about
of that.
sending
Right? You
Flux
know, we
to the trains, so
That's
Can't do
true.
that.
That's true.
Right.
I mean, we
Now-
should get
you know-
some trains.
Just
Apparently,
thinking.
we know some in Jamaica.
You know- no, not those trains. Different kind
Oh.
of trains. If you've never seen Cool Runnings, have you ever heard of The Gods Might Be Crazy?
no.
I have not
No?
heard of that one.
I know
Really?
the Veggie Tales. Is that the same thing?
Oh, oops.
Dogs might be crazy. No.
No, The God. The
God?
God.
Gods.
No, I
Yeah.
haven't heard that either.
Oh, okay. Here's the trailer. Play and share. If someone wouldn't mind in the private chat, I gotta get on this too. This is another thing. First, I get the passport, then I fix the PC, and then I share
Yeah.
my own videos.
I'm working on it there. So
I want to just send you a external drive so you can transfer your stuff onto it. I
Wow.
want to so bad. Your computer cannot be holding that
potato
much data.
quality, but okay, there we go.
No, it just needs, I need to factory reset it, and then I need to like double its amount of RAM, and that should help.
RAM, you're probably like 16. You're fine.
Oh, I was told I need at least double that.
Oh, no, fuck no.
As we all know, when something falls from the sky, it can only have come
This
from the gods.
video.
Huh?
Of course, the gods only send good and
Why
useful
does this look
things.
like home?
However, this time they made a mistake. The gods must be crazy.
They made black people.
The unusual story of Key, the
should we be
bushman, as
showing
he
this?
travels to the edge of the
I don't
earth
know.
to return the
I'll
gods.
be real honest.
A most
I mean,
unpredictable
I'll drop it down to
journey.
even lower potato quality, but you know,
dangerous gorillas.
It's already in potato quality.
Potatoes, yeah.
I'll drop it down
A
lower.
dedicated scientist, a tree bearing strange fruit, bizarre
trailer.
machinery, and wild
be okay.
beasts.
What in the heck?
The gods must be crazy. A serious and revealing look at civilized man.
Okay, what the fuck are we looking at here?
Organized,
I was making jokes, sure, but like,
gallant,
Thank you.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
The movie Sheena?
How far do we have
Anyone?
to go?
I think I've seen
I've
Sheena.
heard of it. Yeah.
sensible,
This movie reminds me of Sheena.
suave, and debonair.
Okay.
Brought you.
Oh, this
This
was
looks
another
good.
end of the school year movie that we would watch.
Gentleness.
Yeah.
Got to take the
Is
money.
this like a sexual
You can't use
education
that stuff.
film?
Well, I have to.
Yeah,
Women
no.
don't know about
No,
money.
no.
And as for the edge of the earth,
You sure?
a sense of wonder, a touch of magic. The gods must be crazy. An epic comedy of absurd proportions.
Absurd proportions.
And it did so well. They did The Gods Must Be Crazy too.
I've only seen that
Okey-dokey.
trailer. I honestly I
Oh, you've
forgot about
never
that.
seen the movie? Oh, that's
That's
fine.
I've only
That's a
seen the
new one
trailer.
on me.
I've never seen the movie. I didn't know there was a second one, and I don't know if I want to watch the second one.
I don't think the second one was actually worth watching.
I
But
don't
the
know.
first
Usually
one
they're
was
not.
great. It was the end of the school year, and they played it. It was really great. I enjoyed
So
it.
funny thing is that The Gods Must Be Crazy is actually available to watch free on YouTube Movies right now.
Nice.
that's crazy.
Nice.
Looks like that's.
I didn't actually even go search that out. It just popped up on my feed. Like, oh yeah, by the way.
There
Did-
you go.
did anybody get to
Tammy's
read The
saying
Heart of Darkness?
congratulations. She misses your live streams. Congratulations. on that.
You know, I've been wanting to get back to it a little bit, do a little bit more of that, but I've been so loving this project that yeah, it's been a labor of love. It's like, as much as I miss everybody there, this project is really like, you know, it's taken everything
What's
you
the
know,
genre?
of me to do it.
Yeah.
What kind of genre is the book? What type is it? Like fantasy or
So, I mean, if you want to, I mean, I really don't even have a specific genre that I think of it as, because it's more of, it's not really sci-fi or fantasy, but it is kind of like, I guess there are elements of that in there, but it's more of a hero's journey from the perspective, in like a modern day perspective of a young man who develops essentially superpowers and has to come to grips with that.
okay, cool.
Yeah, I've
There's,
been
yeah,
reading
there's an
excerpts.
element
It's
of
really
sci-fi
good.
if he's got superpowers, but yeah.
Yeah, there's elements of that, because there's one of the characters who she's a bio android, and like his teacher is actually a 3,000-year-old wizard from another dimension, and yeah, there's just all the other characters that are kind of layered through the narrative.
That's got kind of Hitchhiker's vibes.
It does a little
Right?
bit, but yeah, it's all
Which I like.
they're all kind
Douglas
of.
Adams is my favorite author, so yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, Douglas Adams is the bomb. I
Yeah.
actually just introduced my kid to on our short trip down to Georgia, listening to Hitchhiker's Guide for the first time on audiobook by Stephen Fry. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I didn't know you've got Stephen Fry reading it. I might have to get that audiobook.
He did a version of it right around the time the movie came out. I got it on Audible, and I
Oh.
love it.
That's so cool. I would love to listen to him tell me or read it to me.
Yeah, the other books in the series, they did a big re-release right around the time the movie came out recently. And so yeah, the first book they did read by Stephen Fry. And then the subsequent other books in the series, they actually had Martin Freeman, who played Arthur Dent in that movie, actually read the other books in the series, and they actually did pretty good.
All right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I never did watch the remake. I never.
It's better than, in my opinion,
the original
it's better than the
BBC's pretty good.
in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
I didn't even
I
know
guess
there
maybe
was
it's just
an original.
my era. I've got like a fondness for the BBC version, the original.
Yeah.
I mean, oh yeah,
Marvin the Martian,
you have to
probably.
respect the classics.
not Marvin the Martian. What am I talking about? Marvin the Depressed Robot. Sorry, not Marvin the
The
Martian.
depressed robot. Yeah.
I still say
It's like
that
one of his
Alan
lines where-
Rickman nailed that role in the remake.
Really?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that was a good. Yeah, his voice lends itself well to
Perfect.
being depressed robot. Yeah, definitely. I think one of my favorite
Okay.
lines from the book there was the place where they build planets to order, and there's somebody, I
Macrothea,
forget who
yeah.
it was, asks Marvin. Somebody asks Marvin, well, does your he's asking Arthur Dent, does your planet have oceans or something? And he's like, oh yeah, beautiful, lovely, great, vast oceans. He was like, I can't
them.
stand oceans. They're ghastly.
Yeah, ask him about the oceans, and he gives this very
Such a great
beautiful
character.
description,
Yeah.
and then he's just like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I
yeah,
hate them."
Yeah, he just shoots it down. I hate them. They're ghastly.
Hello, Desert Love. How you doing?
Hey, Desert. Yeah, I have to say those are one of my favorites. I mean, I love the Hitchhiker's
Mhm.
Guide series. And then he did an actual Doctor Who novel. Like I know he did a couple of scripts back for Doctor Who back in the day, but there was one that he did actually got adapted into a novel. I wish I still had it. I sold that copy. I read it. It was great. I loved it, but for some reason, I guess I must have just needed to clear out some space, and I sold that copy, I think. But I mean, it was really good. Yeah, I still need. I still have not read Dirk Gently. I want to read it.
Oh, they're good. Yeah, the Dirk Gently, and then the Holistic Detective Agency, and then the Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul. Those two.
I've
books.
got all of
well
those
worth
as
the read.
well. I've got a
Was he-
whole
yeah, he
section
was
of
the one
my
that,
bookshelf is.
He's the one that got me back into reading after school did so well at putting me off, because at school we had to read such awful books. And then I discovered books can be fun with hitchhikers. There you go.
Nice.
And then
My
I
leather-bound
always wanted to
gold
meet
leaf edition.
I always wanted to meet the guy, but then he very selfishly went and died while I was at university. So
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Like,
selfish.
he was quite. He was.
I know,
Yeah,
you
so
bastard.
selfish.
How
I know.
dare
I know. How dare he? But no. Yeah. But he was great author. Really good author.
Yeah, I have got a list of like other authors that I really need to go back and like start picking up more of, like Terry Pratchett, and I mean, I really need to get through some of those. I'm on another listen through of my current, like the series that I picked up. I mean, it's not that really great as far as like, I mean, it's okay, but it's one of those, like, I don't know why, it just kind of hits that right note for me. I just want to keep reading it. Monsters, Mayhem, and Misfits is what it's called. But yeah, I think I'm in the 5th book of 6 right now. I'm like on my second listen through on that one. Again, not great, like as far as like quality is concerned. I mean, it's all right. I mean, actually, I enjoy the story is at least interesting enough to keep you like focused in on it. Because yeah, it's just this guy who basically lives in a technocratic future, living on a basically just a space like barge, going from star to star, like picking up like debris and breaking down ships and stuff like that. Like he's a junk trader essentially.
Yeah.
And there's a alien race called the Grillins that are like these warlike people that are destroying humanity, and we're getting wrecked. And so he accidentally finds like this guy who has seized a Grillin's ring, which the Grillins, their ring is like this ultra like powerful AI that bonds with the person that wears it. And he basically gives it to him, says, take this back to command. And then as he goes to leave, the ship gets blown up and he's in an escape pod and he gets thrown through a wormhole and ends up in a fantasy world. And so
fun.
he wakes up 200 years later with this ring on his finger, and the ring starts to basically turn him into essentially it's almost like a video game progression arc, but it starts to turn him into this ultimate warrior and basically this tank. But he has this incredible like alien artifact armor that no matter how injured he gets, he pieces himself back together, but he can't grow in power unless he suffers tremendously. So he gets absolutely the shit rocked out of him all the time just so he can progress.
Just so that he can get. Oh.
Yeah.
Was this
And
Terry Pratchett, did you say? Was it one of Pratchett's ones? Or did I?
no, this one was Jack Spry and Marcus Sloss.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Brian was here. Brian's trying to figure out what a book is still because he's too.
Brian would definitely. I think Brian would love this one because it's actually an isekai like fantasy style.
But
it's also
exactly like an anime I was just watching called Demon Lord Re.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, huh?
Huh.
But then I was like, oh, okay.
It's an isekai story, but yeah. I do enjoy the it's an interesting take on the whole like harem genre too. It's an interesting take on that.
Reverse harem. No, thank you.
No. It's don't twist it around there. Don't make it weird.
Hi, Wild.
Come on, we all know you love free.
The only things I read are technical manuals.
You read?
Yes, Brian, I do read.
Ha! I don't. I suffer.
I need to go back and reread the Dresden Files. So
I love the Dresden Files.
So good.
So good.
See, that's my brother. If you want like talk fantasy books and all that crap, like you guys are watching and reading and everything, that's my brother.
It's more sci-fi than fantasy, but
how could you say no to that face down there? How could you say no to that face?
No to that face specifically. Oh yeah.
Yeah. For those of you just joining, if you look very closely at Los Federales' avatar, he has actually found dark mode Kaiser, for lack of a better term.
Oh yeah, so it doesn't blind you at night when you're looking at him. You're laying in bed, you turn over, look at your Kaiser, and just go, huh? My eyes don't work too good no more.
I think you're right. He really does look like Kanye a little bit. Like you. Right? He really does.
Kanye.
He does.
From afar, it was like, wow, what's Kanye doing?
I look like Yee, but with more fried chicken.
Right.
Yo, your new album's coming out. It's called Hail Bucket of Chicken.
Oh my god. I'm going to hell.
Have you heard that album? It fucking
Save you a
sucks.
seat.
Never even bothered.
It's
not my
terrible.
genre.
He complains for at least 2 minutes about how his wife took his kids, and then he goes, "Hail H man."
I was like, dude, you're with this chick who walks around naked all the freaking time.
Based.
It's
I was
not
talking about
Kaiser, it's
that,
Kanye Midwest.
That thing at the awards with his latest woman, she looked like she was like a kidnap victim. Like,
Yeah,
She always
yeah,
looks that way.
Buck
But it's
naked. He had to like force her over out there and nudging her out on. Yeah, she's not happy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's the strong woman face though too that a lot of Hollywood actresses use when they're getting pictures taken to make them not look like irredeemable idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of hard to tell if she's being kidnapped or just wants to put on an air of superiority.
There's that. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Little column A, little column B.
Los Federales, you can either
Yeah.
drop a link in Rumble or you can DM me in Discord. I think we're Discord friends. We're friends
If
somewhere.
not, you should be.
Yeah, if not, we should be. But but yeah, Rumble or Discord.
Or if you
maybe
send
we're
it to
friends in
Johnny.
X. We're friends in X for sure. It'll always be Twatter to me, but yeah, you could send it there, and I could figure out how to heck to get it from one place to another.
If you send it to Johnny, I will message Johnny, and then I'll get it from him, and then I'll give it to Digger, who will give it to Kaiser, who will open the link.
There you go.
Don't worry, I will forget in 5 minutes what I'm supposed to do.
Who are you again? I thought you were black. Why aren't you matching that picture down there?
Unfortunately, I turned the light mode back on. My
Well,
old
I
eyes
really-
can't see.
I really liked David Nelson's calling it Kanye Midwest.
That's true.
That was good.
Yeah, I like the Kanye
Yeah,
Midwest.
here's my dark mode. There we go.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, true. But yeah, no. The worst part about the new album too is like it's fine. The song itself is fine. The lyrics suck. The the melody and stuff is fine. It is what it is. He has like a 7x4 row of people wearing tribal African gear yelling "Hail H-Man" halfway through.
Yeah.
The dude is either completely off his nut, which don't get me started on that, or he's just doing it as an act, or both, and I can't figure out which.
Is he off his nut, or is he a prophet?
Well,
I just triggered Dan.
Well, no, I was going to say, when he showed up on that talk show or whatever, wearing like some kind of like stocking or sock on his head.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's off his nut.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that's like, I don't think he's actually that crazy, but he's doing all of this and making himself look crazy as an act to try and sell his brand. But then it's like, wait a minute, no, actually he is crazy, but he's trying to do the same thing anyway, and I don't know what's worse.
Yeah. I don't know if he's actually honestly crazy or if he's just so in the know about like the stuff in the background that no one knows about. The tinfoil hat stuff, he knows so much about that they've had to make him look crazy. And Hollywood, they have just managed to make him seem insane, right?
Oh, you mean like the theory that he's going to reveal too much? So
yeah. So before he reveals
Jim
too much,
Carrey
we're going to
kind of
make him look
thing, or-
nuts, and then no one will know what's truth and what's false.
And then even if he
Yeah.
says something
Discredit
bad about
him
them,
right off.
nobody will believe him. Or,
Exactly, everyone will be, it's just Kanye. Whatever.
yeah, he just says random stuff.
Exactly. I'm afraid he does. He
He
knows a
says
lot more than
things.
he should know. And yeah, they've been doing this for years. But then I've also heard that tinfoil hat theory, his mother's death was his like someone has to be sacrificed for someone else's celebrity in the whole
and the whole
tinfoil
mystery
idea of
Babylon
the
tinfoil. Yeah.
it's like there's
What?
like the ritual of humiliation that they were talking about that they made John Cena do and that sort of thing. There are different rituals, different things that you have to do to reach different levels of stardom and celebrity in if you want to think about like secret societies or Satanists or that sort of whoever you want to think is running Hollywood. This is all tinfoil hat theories.
If you want to know what
This
she's
is-
talking about, you should watch her streams with Mike Me.
Yeah. Yes, with Mighty. Yes,
'Cause
we
they're great.
we delve into all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah,
Oh, he might be banned
allegedly.
tonight, by the way.
Pardon?
Oh, he might be banned tonight. Mighty.
Mighty.
Oh.
Oh.
He's doing a stream all about Netanyahu.
Oh,
yeah, he's for definitely going to get like even on Rumble. Even on Rumble
Yeah,
he'll get
I think he
Yeah.
thinks he's gonna get banned off Rumble.
Does he not
Probably,
know
yeah.
that the 4 of the 5 founding members of Rumble are Jewish?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I don't think he cares.
I mean, yeah, I'm a free speech absolutist. Say whatever you're going to say, right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying the 4 of the 5 people that founded and created Rumble are Jewish. So, like,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
going to have a bias.
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, that's one of the things I love about Mikey, though, is he really doesn't care.
Yeah.
He'll push the
Yeah.
boundaries. You know, he'll just.
I do the
really-
same thing. I know that the people that created the platform are what he's speaking out. Well, it's not really speaking out against, but talking about right now. So, but whatever.
Allegedly.
Hey,
I don't know, man. I just
that's a-
repeats is what I sees is.
That's a whole area of stuff that I kind of just go, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, me too.
I don't need to delve into that.
I love all the
like having a channel.
ridiculousness because every now and again, some of that ridiculousness ends up being true, and I just like the thought problem of it all. If this is true, then how does it? I
Yeah.
love the little
I
love it.
just
I don't
stick to
believe it
UFOs and weird
necessarily, but I love
events and ancient history, and I'm good enough with that.
Yeah. See, I started
And-
out falling down the JFK rabbit hole, and that kind of
Who?
JFK.
I don't know who that is.
You
I
young
think he's
punk,
trolling.
you.
I think he's trolling you. But
Oh, is that the guy who decided that his head wanted to be part of the pavement?
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
It just imploded. Yeah.
Oh.
not really. The
You know, one
pavement,
of the
back on
original freedom pirates. The PT boat navy guys out there drinking like distilled alcohol
Exactly
out of
like that.
torpedoes, calling it torpedo juice.
That sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, dude,
I
was
like
a
these
straight
guys.
gangster and a badass.
Oh my goodness.
You think he'll
Through
come to my
and
birthday
through.
party?
What was that?
You think he'll come to my birthday party?
Maybe. Depends on what birthday party you're talking about. How old you're going to be.
turning 15, right?
I don't know. That's actually a really good point, David. Yeah, he is basically the same, or he's younger than me. So the fact that I'm saying this doesn't make any sense anymore. Oh, sorry. I kept reading chat. No, Connor's younger than me.
I can't play that, I don't think. Los Federales. I don't think that's okay to play.
What is it?
I know it's on YouTube, but I don't know.
Yeah, if it's questionable, that's probably not.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. I'm just gonna not just in case.
Yeah, we're
but
just
I will
gonna-
watch
we're
it in
gonna-
full
mm.
later. Thank
Yeah.
you. On the flip side, though, we did get. I also got a response from Johnny. He said there we go. This is now that's not a video. There we
Wait,
go.
Brian, you're
Okay,
only,
okay.
like, what,
So
3 years
yeah, I
younger-
can
like, 3 years
actually
older than
share
me?
that. Boop. Sorry
Uh-huh.
about that.
I think so.
Or what year were you born, Connor?
2000.
Yeah, I'm 3 years older than you.
Okay, completely different century to me.
I am
Gosh, you guys are
15
young.
freaking
Now I
years
feel really,
older. Yeah.
now I feel really old.
Right?
I mean,
whenever I was
yeah, like-
born, the Berlin Wall was still standing.
So what?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen the Berlin Wall
when
in
I was born, the same year that the Challenger exploded.
The what?
Oh my god.
You know about the
I love-
Challenger. Don't give me that shit.
I love what Brian's doing. Just literally anything we talk about.
Trying to trigger everybody.
No.
There you go, Brian. It's in the private chat. We can't play it, I don't think, but Los Federales wanted me to give it to you so you could enjoy it. Called Tokyo Breakfast.
I got the same
Yeah,
thing
you
again.
said God must
oops.
be crazy.
Let's try
Yeah,
that
surprisingly, I look way older than Brian, but I am younger.
Black
That
don't
is
crack,
weird.
dog.
Yeah, I was
Black
gonna
do not
say.
crack.
He's got a cheat code on him.
I'm gonna look like I'm 20 when I'm 80. It's gonna be great. And then I'm just gonna immediately die, and people are like, he died so young, and it's like he died at 80.
It's like
What do you mean?
he was like 500 years old. What do you mean? He was 20.
Back in my day, what was that? 2050? Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you right here, boy, that just doesn't fly around these parts. Oh, back whenever I was a little kid running around here.
I remember the Twin Towers falling. That was like 300 years ago.
Well, roughly.
Just kidding. I don't remember that.
Meanwhile, me and Digger are like, yeah, we were adults when that happened.
Yeah, shut up.
I was in high school, so.
Oh, I was graduated high school. I was getting up and going to work regularly at that point.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
it's the-
happened my sophomore year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the fourth youngest person in my class in high school.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually this year is actually my 20-year high school reunion, so I'm not looking forward to that. But I mean, on the flip side, I do have a novel finished, so I've probably done more in my life than most of my, other, classmates have. So I mean, maybe I should go to this one just so I can brag. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Why
what I
not?
did. I missed my 10-year because I was breaking into the film industry and life was going grand. I was able to attend the 25 because COVID happened, so we couldn't have a 20-year. We had to wait to the 25, and I got
Yeah.
to go to that. But by that time, I was not able to work anymore and hardly leaving the home, and it was just not the look at me, I'm fabulous that I really wanted when I went back for a reunion.
Oh, you're talking about your high school reunion?
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
just
did not-
contacted me about my 10-year, and I'm like,
I spent 4 years with you fuckers trying to get away, and why do you want me to come back?
the best part is it
My
was a
my
crazy
5-year anniversary, my 5-year reunion was 4 months ago.
5-year.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, who the fuck does
Yeah,
a
5 years.
5-year?
5 years.
I don't
Jesus.
know.
Yes,
Good
we're out of
old-
college. Let's see who went to Harvard.
Good old Utah does 5 years, I guess.
Good old Utah.
Well, we did have a 5-year and a 10-year and a 15-year. I didn't go to any of them. In fact, I think during the 10-year, I think they contacted me asking me if I wanted to be on the board to help plan it. And I literally told them, I spent 4 years with you fuckers and I hated all of you. Why the fuck would I come back and help you? And then after that, they were like, yeah, we'll put you down as a no. And you're not, I'm like, yeah, don't ever contact me again.
Yikes.
Which
Yep.
suddenly I realized why I probably didn't get an invite for the 20th.
That's how-
okay, yeah.
my 5-year reunion was like that, and they're like, "Hey, you gonna join?" And I said, "I hated every single one of you except for the 4 people that I actually talked to. So why would I show up?"
Yeah.
Right?
So
Yeah.
That's
and I
Yeah,
still
no.
hate every
Real.
single one of them.
I can relate to that, AP, because I think from my school was somebody on Facebook once was talking about, hey, should we do a reunion? And I was like, I think you're like literally one of the only people I liked. Like I was like, I'm not going to turn up. Most of the people were jerks. It was like maybe 2 or 3
Yeah.
people that were like decent people, and the rest were just idiots. So I was like, nah.
Right.
Especially as I don't live near there anymore. I was like, I'm not traveling hundreds of miles to go and see people I don't like. No thanks.
Exactly. Like I couldn't care. I
Yeah.
already knew about half the people that were planning this thing. And it's like I know what you've gone through and what you've done because you're decided to display your life, the entirety of your life on Facebook.
Mhm.
No, there's
Yeah.
no new information that anybody's going to glean from going to a reunion. So why are you having one?
Right.
Hmm.
Oh, joke's
I-
on you. I don't use Facebook because I'm smart.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
'Cause you're
think it's
young.
interesting because one of my whenever I was sitting there recently thinking about the whole thing, crap, my brain just shut down like as I was saying this.
It doesn't want you to think.
Well, I'm going to trust you boys for a moment. I
Yeah.
need to run away for a moment, but speak amongst yourselves and try not to get me totally canceled, please.
Okay.
Okay, just half
All-
canceled.
Promises.
All right,
Word-
Kaiser,
word
pop
in
that
3,
word you've been given a pass
2,
for.
1.
Oh, anywho.
Smart asses.
Yeah, she's smart. She's still listening in. We can't get away with it, boys.
Okay,
Right.
whisper. She can't hear you.
Very quiet.
This guy's voice button on my Go XLR real fast. Hold on.
Oh goodness.
It would be smarter just to pull me off the screen when she leaves, frankly.
I haven't said anything too outrageous.
Not yet.
Oh, now I remember what I was going to
Los
say.
Federales, I started
Okay.
the video. I am not going to re-watch the rest of that on stream here because I might start repeating things, and I can't be doing that here.
Anyway, so I just remember what I was going to say originally, which is that, yeah, I actually, I might be somewhat more inclined to actually go back to my high school reunion because there's been like 6 or 7 of them that have died, and they were all the ones that were assholes to me.
Yeah, that
So
was
I'm
the
like,
thing.
oh, yeah, hey, you fuckers are dead. I don't have to worry about you anymore.
So yeah, right. I was
I'm
mulling
still
over
alive.
going into the military one year before, right after high school, like 2004 or 5. I was mulling it over, and one of the guys, I was going to go into the Marines, and one of the guys that liked to pick on me until I beat the shit out of him.
Uh-huh.
He died in a tank accident in Okinawa training. And I was like, damn it, I could have been there for that. And his younger sister heard me say that at the bar one night, and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. I was like, your brother was a giant piece of shit.
I'm sorry, but
I'm not sorry for saying what I said.
I'm sorry, but your brother deserved it. God said no.
I don't
Oh
know
my
if he
gosh.
deserved it because he did have an M1 Abrams fall on him, but
How does an
that'll-
Abrams fall on you?
Yeah, that'll
he was
do
a-
it.
He was
Yeah.
he was a tank mechanic,
God did say
Fair
die.
enough.
and he was putting the
Fair
track back together, and the jack that they jack up the side of the tank on broke, and he was under the, I don't know how
Damn.
much Abrams weigh, like 40 tons.
60 tons.
Yeah, he was
Ow.
underneath it. He was not alive afterwards. So
No, he was
Oh.
being squished out like a toothpaste tube.
yeah,
Ooh.
I mean, Abrams, they're powered by literally like a jet engine, aren't they? In the middle of
Turbine,
Yes,
gas turbine, yeah.
yeah, they're one of the fastest tanks ever built too.
Which is
70
part of the
something miles
reason
an hour they can get up to, or something like that.
Holy shit!
I think that they can sustain at a top speed about 45.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know they can air jump sand dunes. They did in
Yeah.
Desert Storm. So
Wow.
Actually, yeah, I know this stuff about the Abrams because I actually in one of it again, my book, the APC that they drive around in has a gas turbine they yanked out of an Abrams, and I wanted to be realistic, so I did all the research on that.
So now I
You'll
need
definitely
to
be on
read
some
this
lists
book.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does sound good, but you'll definitely be on some lists now if you've been trying to research that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I have people.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got friends in the DoD. It's fine.
It's fine. Yes.
He's fine anyways. It's all public knowledge.
That's cool,
Yeah.
Buck.
Now
I
the
just
stuff
don't want
that
any
my
war
company's
thunder.
working on is hush hush.
Yeah.
So I can't even say. I can tell you the company that is the designer of it, Oshkosh, but I can't tell
Mhm.
anything above that. So
Yeah, I literally have at least 3, possibly 4 people that I know. Like 3 of them I went to high school with, close friends of mine that all work for the DoD. They all work at Crane in Southern Indiana. And like I'm not even allowed to ask them like half the stuff they work on.
Yeah.
So
Good night, MJ.
Just get them
Good
drunk.
night,
though.
Wild.
trust me, even I don't want to know because I'm pretty sure I'd get Clintoned.
Yeah, it's better. It's better
So
not to.
I'm not gonna ask.
Yeah.
They don't look. The government doesn't have to worry about their security clearance because I'm not even gonna fucking ask.
well, it was funny. I was one step away from being a CBP officer.
Oh wow.
And they're like, "Hey, do can you qualify for security clearance?" I was like, "I'm going into the CBP. I don't need top secret clearance. Like, what am I defend a military? But what the hell do I need that for?" And the lady's like, "You never know. You might defend the president." I was like, "Well, I sure as shit ain't defending Biden."
And I just let him by.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, they
He's
did it
like-
for Trump. Why couldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would because it's the office that you're defending, not the person. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would
That's a bit like you salute the rank, not the person. Like, not the man
exactly.
type of thing,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
MacArthur was a piece of shit, but you still salute him because he was the
Right.
general of the armed forces. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I. Then the MS happened, and all my hopes and dreams of doing something in law enforcement stopped, and now everybody gets to see me in chat. So,
Well, you never
Well,
know. I
everything
mean,
happens for a reason.
that could have saved your life. We just don't. I mean, we don't know all ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might sound like a cop out. Yeah, no, I don't want to. I'm not good on that. Because
CBP, I'd be rummaging through people's clothing. So, saying you can't bring this into the country, you have to declare that $30,000, and hey, go to the secondary holding so I can search your clothes.
Yeah.
That's all I'd be doing.
maybe it saved you from a false rape accusation. Then I don't know.
There you go.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Did you guys hear? Do you remember a little while ago now that dude went into one of the Trump hotels and he came in with a ginormous U.S. flag that he had stolen from the flagpole?
No.
He went in. It was like late at night. It was very quiet, but he went in, took the U.S. flag and spread it across the front desk. He had a gun. He was shooting up the place.
Oh, I think I heard about that like a while back. I'd forgotten all about
It
that.
happened a while ago now. It was before the election, the race was really on. It was just some wacko shooting up a Trump place, or so it seemed. When the police were interrogating this dude had all sorts of wild and crazy stories about being a sex slave for P. Diddy, this, that, and the other thing. And the cops who were doing the interrogation were one of those like, yeah, right, buddy, whatever. Sure. Really didn't believe the guy at all. He's a whack job, right? Turns out he's one of the people that was paid out like $50 million for an NDA. He was one of the Diddy payoffs.
He was one of the Diddy Diddums?
He was, because he was telling stories about how he was their personal sex slave, and him and Cassie, I think was the girl's name.
She's the one as part of the trial now because Joe Neerman's covering it up in New York.
Oh, is he covering it? Okay.
Yeah,
he's
because he
close enough
obviously
you could go see it.
lives. Yeah, he lives near there, and he's got the press
Yeah.
pass as well as being an attorney.
Oh,
so
lucky bastard. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
obviously it's not televised, but he's
No.
put a couple of little short videos today. He's just sort of coming out and doing I think he did like an 11-minute video and a 6-minute video. So
I'm
he's
gonna
going
have
to do
to
a live
look.
stream. He's going to do a live stream later in about an hour, I think.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll
I'm going
have
to try
to
and
go
keep
and
up
look.
with Joe Neerman because that's an interesting one.
I mean, you
like,
can-
I quite like Good Logic, especially when he goes on a rant. Sorry, AP.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, his rants are funny.
Yeah.
But you can listen to the trial if you want. You just can't watch it. I don't know why they.
There's like an audio thing streaming. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to allow some public recording or public records, but I can't. I don't know why they're not allowing cameras.
Is it like
should
the
be-
transcript gets done
federal.
out at the end of every day? Or
No,
are they
you can listen to it
recording
live.
Oh,
Is it because
okay.
it's federal? Is it because it's federal court or just New York? I know New York doesn't allow as many cameras, do they?
No,
in
it's a
court?
federal.
No, it's a-
because
It'll be
it's federal.
federal.
You can't.
Yeah,
Federal
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that'd be way.
Which is, better than nothing. You can't watch any, or you can't record any of the Canadian stuff. It's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be
Behind closed
pictures
doors.
drawn with pencil crayons and.
Right, but that's the main thing of the United States is you have a right to stand and confront your accusers in the public. So the accusers, the government, it should be in public.
Yeah, well.
Despite the fact
Should
that I
be.
completely believe what the government is saying about Diddy and what he's done, I still think he should be able to confront the government in a public forum.
Yeah.
So that's on video. So
It should be. 50 million could buy a lot of Listerine and toothpaste. Apparently, he did a swift divorce on his wife and then he bought a bunch of real estate. He started an LLC and bought a bunch of real estate that his ex-wife is ticked about because, of course, she didn't get her taste of it. And
Go
then,
figure.
yeah. So, yeah, exactly. But he doesn't own any real estate at all now. Apparently, he's back to like broke again or something like that. Close to broke.
How?
I don't know. I don't
How
know.
in the hell
Mind you,
does
he
somebody
was
give you
So-
50
somehow these
million?
people end up spending more money than
Because
is
the
feasibly
drugs.
possible to
the
spend.
drugs. Drugs cost a lot.
I swear,
a lot.
I've been playing the lottery more than ever just so I could have a chance at being cured of MS.
Yeah.
If I hit the lottery, I'm sorry, guys. I love you guys all, but you'll never hear from me again.
That's
And
fair.
I'll
Well, you'll
never
have a life,
go.
yeah.
I'll never be out of money.
Fine,
Yeah.
be like that.
No, Aiden, you should still dip in every now and then just to say, I'm incredibly rich. Ha ha ha, bye.
I'll dip
Excuse
in
me
and
while I
say,
drink this with my pinky finger out.
Right. I'll dip in and say, well, I'm drinking this goat bean coffee that I don't like. $500 a cup, and then
That's fucking awful.
I'm on my yacht, and y'all have a good one. I'm cured.
David Nelson, I'm pretty sure that was pre-recorded and released later. But yeah, I do remember seeing that. But there's no cameras in the courtroom. We can't
Yeah,
us
Canada-
normal folks. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that was pre-recorded and because it was the Supreme Court and then released later. But I can't be certain. But I know like I couldn't go down to the local city hall and sit in on a court case and record it. I could sit there and I could watch it all and I could take notes, but I couldn't record it because we don't do that here.
You could.
Well, I could try.
Yeah,
I
there'll be
get into a lot of
The outcome
trouble.
would be
I don't even know if they'd let you in the courtroom in Canada.
Oops. Oh yeah, no, he said it was released later. Yeah, so it was pre-recorded but released later. I can that when I was taking law in high school, that's one of the things we did. We went and spent like a week or something following a specific court case in the New Westminster courthouse. It was really entertaining, a lot of information. I was grade 11, so I was still taking it seriously. I wasn't I didn't discover drugs until grade 12. So
What about orgies?
I was still a normal, relatively normal person. And paid
Relatively
attention.
speaking?
It was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun watching it, but we couldn't record it. There's no
See, the last time
Wait, you
I
can't
got
record the orgies? What?
right. The last time I got
not.
a summons or anything, I was in school for my criminal justice degree, and they're
Mhm.
like, "What do you do for work?" And I told them I'm in automotive, and then they're like, "All right, what's your, did you go to school?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have a degree in criminal justice," and they're like, "All right, you're excused."
Bye.
I've never
We
gotten
don't
a
need people
summons
who know
since.
what they're doing. No.
I was like, this is Detroit. I'm whiter than Casper. I should be down here being a jury, a peer juryman for the blacks that are in this county.
Well,
Because I know exactly what they're going through all the time.
hmm
It's like Brian in Chicago, right?
OG is being funny. Canada has made huge contribution to society. We've got famous inventions like maple syrup and leaders that put on blackface. We do. We also invented professional wrestling. Yes, we did. Most
You
definitely.
forget hockey.
And hockey and basketball. We did.
Yeah, but you
So
kind of
there,
lost
here.
basketball.
Nope. Yeah, the blacks.
No. We Canucks did.
Nope.
We're the ones that put the basket up and cut the bottom out of the
Nope.
basket.
We stole it.
No, you
stole it, right? We
guys
started it.
invented
We
it.
It's
invented it.
ours. Nope.
but it's no
invented
longer Canada.
Oh, that's like Braves are yours, even though the Vikings were doing it.
Correct.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Those
Gotcha,
are ours
gotcha.
too. We stole it. It's now we didn't just steal the doing the thing and making it popularized. No, we stole the inventing of it.
Yeah, it's
There
like
you
the
go.
guy saying that the NHL or hockey was invented by black people in Canada, like in the 1900s, and I was like, well,
flat basketball.
Yes.
right.
Yes, it's the flat ball.
I was like, I commented on that video. I was like, y'all know that hockey was created in like 1850, right? By white
by black people.
Northerners. Like, I don't think there were very many black people in Canada.
Not
In
probably.
the
They were all black
1800s.
people.
Los Federales, I need to know you well enough to feel safe putting you on stream. That being said, if you want, I can send you an invite next week. I trust you.
I mean, I thought she was going to say, "I'll send you my nudes." So.
I'll send you pictures. of
Oh,
my
who do we
feet.
send? No, I forgot he wrote that on the tail end of it. I was just talking about the first half. I don't need any nudes. No nudes. No nudes at
Yeah,
all.
we're good. Thank you.
Yeah, no nudes.
Well,
But,
hold on there,
I
guys.
trust
Hold
you.
on. Don't speak too quick.
She's
Well,
like, no
yeah,
nudes,
that's
wink.
true. Brian might want the feet pics.
I want the feet pics.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
Just
you.
give Brian the Jack
No,
Murphy
Digger, this
pose.
might be.
Is it your time to duck out?
Yeah, it's just gone 2 a.m. here, so I'm gonna go and grab some sleep. But it's thanks for
No
letting me
worries.
know.
You sleep
Have a
well.
good night.
Oh, have a
All right,
great
Dan,
evening.
have a good one.
Good night, Dan.
You have a great
That's
stream.
okay.
Good to see you as well. All right.
Yeah. We're 6 minutes over the 2-hour mark anyways. So
Call it.
yeah, I think we'll call it. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything in. It was super no Digger basketball was there we go. And yes, that last Jack Murphy. I heard I don't know who said the Jack Murphy.
That would be I.
That was you. Okay. Oh my goodness. I saw a video. I didn't watch the video. It just came up on my feed. So the clickbait picture was Nick with the Jack Murphy.
The beard.
The cup
Yeah.
beard on him. I forgot how funny that was.
You haven't seen the video that he put on the site.
What site?
Oh, we're gonna have to talk
Let's
backstage for a
let's
minute.
just skip that.
Okay. I don't think. Yeah, this is probably shit I don't want to get onto because I'm sort of slightly tangentially adjacent, and I don't need that.
Yeah.
So we'll keep that for once we've said goodnight to everyone. On that note, thank you, boys, for coming and hanging out. I do know women. I do invite women. They're just doing women things and are busy at this time on a Monday.
Take it easy,
So-
OG.
But that being said, thank you everyone for coming, and we will talk to you. I'll see you Thursday morning for the reading.
Bye.
Bye.
Topics change from day to day. Science, art, or history's play. No path too twisted, no trail too thin. She dives right in where to begin. After anything, nothing's too obscure. She'll dig and take a spirit so pure. From ancient lore to future dreams, every question finds its gleam.